Welcome to Football Corner. We're witnessing a historic World Cup, 3 hosts, 48 teams, all eyes are now on North America. Who will be the dark horse? Who will face a shock exit? And who will ultimately lift a World Cup trophy? In this series, we'll dissect every group. The road to 2026 starts here. Let's get into it. First up, Germany. Despite currently sitting 10th in the FIFA rankings, Germany's resilience has never been underestimated. With 21 World Cup appearances, Die Mannschaft does not only possess some of the most extensive tournament experience in the world, but also carries the true DNA of a champion. This elite status is cemented by their world titles, establishing them as a symbol of unwavering consistency and iron discipline throughout World Cup history. Next, let's take a look at Germany's optimal lineup operating in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Guarding the net is the reliable Oliver Baumann. Ahead of him sits a steel back led by captain Joshua Kimmich on the right flank, paired with the formidable center-back duo of TH and Rudiger, and the attacking drill David Raum on the opposite wing. The midfield engine room promises to be explosive, featuring a blend of Leon Goretzka's raw power and the intelligent playmaking of young talent Alexander Pavlovic. However, the most captivating highlight is the atomic attacking trio of Musiala, Wirtz, and Sane the Pitch Wizards, blessed with pace and technical brilliance, ready to provide service for the versatile center forward, Kai Havertz. The German national team will officially kick off their 2026 World Cup campaign with a clash against tournament debutants Curacao at 1 p.m. on June 14th at NRG Stadium, Houston. Immediately after, Die Mannschaft will face a significant geographical challenge, flying 2,000 kilometers north to Canada. There, they will take on the physical prowess of the Ivory Coast at BMO Field, Toronto at 4 p.m. on June 20th. The group stage finale is set for 4 p.m. on June 25th. After traveling another 600 kilometers to the East Coast to reach MetLife Stadium, New Jersey, Germany will face Ecuador in a showdown widely expected to decide the winner of Group E. With a total travel distance of 2,600 kilometers across multiple time zones and to different countries, the challenge of physical recovery will be the key factor for Coach Nagelsmann's squad to maintain peak form against opponents hungry for an upset. Next up, Curacao. Curacao's presence at this World Cup is being hailed as one of the most fascinating modern-day fairy tales in world football. Despite sitting 82nd in the FIFA rankings, the Caribbean representatives have proven that numbers aren't everything. This marks the first time in history that Curacao has qualified for a World Cup final. Therefore, rather than setting distant goals like topping the group, their most realistic objective is to secure their first ever goal or point on this prestigious stage. By maintaining a disciplined style of play and making the most of set pieces, Curacao could very well become the spoiler that throws Group E into complete chaos. Next, let's take a look at the optimal lineup for the Curacao national team, operating in a classic Dutch style 4-3-3 formation. Guarding the net is the highly experienced goalkeeper Eloy Room. The defensive line features a solid partnership between center-backs Bazor and Obispo, flanked by the blistering pace of Cheryl Florinus and Joshua Brennan at full-back. The midfield acts as the heart of the team, led by Captain Leandro Bacuna, with support from his brother Juninho Bacuna and the creative spark of Tahith Chong. Up front, the attacking trio of Jeremy Antonis, Sanch Hansen, and center-forward Jurgen Locadia promises to deliver a formidable offensive threat. The Curacao national team will embark on their historic 2026 World Cup journey with a demanding travel itinerary across the United States. Opening match June 14, 2026, Curacao will mark their milestone debut on the world's biggest football stage with a clash against the Giants, Germany. The match will kick off at 12 p.m. at NRG Stadium, Houston. Second match June 20th, 2026. After traveling 1,130 kilometers north, the island nation will face off against Ecuador at Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City at 7 p.m. Final group stage match June 25th, 2026. To conclude their group stage campaign, Curacao must endure the longest flight of their journey, 1,750 kilometers eastward to Philadelphia. There, they will battle the Ivory Coast at Lincoln Financial Field at 4 p.m. With a total travel distance of 2,880 kilometers spanning 3 states, maintaining physical fitness after these long-haul flights will be an ultimate challenge. This will be the key factor in determining whether they can pull off an upset against much more experienced opponents. Next up, Ivory Coast. Currently ranked 34th in the FIFA World Rankings, the Ivory Coast continues to assert its status as a powerhouse of the African continent. This marks the fourth time in history that the Elephants have qualified for the world's biggest football stage. Despite consistently boasting a squad of world-class stars, it is quite unfortunate that their best achievement to date remains limited to the group stage. However, with the new tournament format and a group considered to be well within their reach, the Ivory Coast's objective for the 2026 World Cup is undoubtedly to break their historical curse and secure a spot in the knockout rounds for the very first time. Next, let's take a look at the optimal lineup for the Ivory Coast, with 4-3-3 formation. Guarding the net is goalkeeper Yahia Fofana. Positioned in front of him is a solid back four, featuring the center-back pairing of Ousmane Diomande and Evan Dika, supported on the flanks by full-backs Christopher Operi and Wilfried Singo. The midfield of the Elephants is anchored by captain Franck Kessie, alongside Ibrahim Sangare and Seko Fofana. Up front, the goal-scoring hopes rest on the shoulders of center-forward Sebastien Haller, flanked by the creative flair of young talents Simon Adingra and Amad Diallo on the wings. The Ivory Coast 2026 World Cup group stage journey is projected to be an ultimate test of travel endurance. Opening match June 15, 2026, the Elephants will kick off their campaign with a high-stakes clash against Ecuador at 6 p.m. at Lumen Field, Seattle. Second match June 20, 2026. Immediately following their opener, the Ivory Coast must endure a grueling 3,350 kilometers flight to Canada to face the Giants. Germany, at BMO Field, Toronto at 4 p.m. This will be a heavyweight test for the African side's ambitions. Final group match June 25, 2026. The team will then travel a shorter 550 kilometers leg eastward to Philadelphia. Their final group encounter against newcomers Curacao will take place at Lincoln Financial Field at 4 p.m. With a record-breaking total travel distance of 3,900 kilometers from the west coast to the east coast of North America, the Ivory Coast faces one of the heaviest travel burdens in the group. The ability to manage physical recovery after these long-haul flights, particularly between the pivotal matches against Germany and Ecuador, will be the deciding factor in whether the team secures a spot in the next round. Finally, Ecuador. Heading into the 2026 World Cup campaign, Ecuador is asserting itself as a formidable force, currently ranked 23rd in the FIFA World Rankings. This marks the fifth time in history that La Tri has appeared on the world's grandest football stage, carrying with them the ambition to surpass their historic round of 16 milestone set back in 2006. Ecuador's confidence is well-founded, given their impressive qualifying campaign in South America. Ecuador's goal surely extends beyond merely advancing past the group stage. They aim to go even further, solidifying South America's powerhouse status on the global football map. Next, let's analyze the optimal lineup for Ecuador with 3-4-3 tactical formation. In goal, absolute trust is placed in shot-stopper Hernan Galíndez. The defensive system of La Tri is built upon back three, Piero Hincapié, William Paca, and Felix Torres. The four-man midfield stands out as the team's greatest asset, characterized by the mobility of wing-back duo Pervis Estupiñán and Angelo Preciado, along with the leadership of Captain Moises Caicedo alongside Alan Franco in the central engine room. Up front, the combination of veteran Ener Valencia's extensive experience and the youthful, explosive energy of Jeremy Sarmiento and wonderkid Kendry Páez promises to create a formidable attacking trident. Ecuador's journey in the 2026 World Cup group stage is projected to be an ultimate test of physical endurance. With a schedule spanning across major North American cities, opening match June 14, 2026, La Tri will kick off their campaign with a high-stakes clash against the Ivory Coast at 7 p.m. at Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia. Second match June 20, 2026. Immediately following the opener, the squad must travel 1,700 kilometers west to the cauldron of Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City to face Curacao at 8 p.m. Final group match June 25, 2026. Ecuador will conclude the group stage by flying 1,750 kilometers back to the northeast to take on the German Panzers at MetLife Stadium, New York at 4 p.m. With a total travel distance of 3,450 kilometers. Managing physical recovery will be the key challenge for the coaching staff. In particular, the fateful rematch against Germany in New York during the final round will undoubtedly be the ultimate test of character. directly deciding the South American side's ambitions to advance deep into the tournament. Based on the analysis above, we now have a comprehensive overview of Group E. Here is our prediction for the final standings. First place, Germany. Unsurprisingly, the Panzers remain the top contenders for the group summit. With the pedigree of a giant that has lifted the World Cup trophy 4 times and a roster of superstars competing in elite leagues, their superior class and consistency are the keys to dominating this group. Second place, Ecuador. The South American representative is expected to secure the second ticket to the next round, thanks to an incredibly impressive defensive system combined with a high-speed style of play. Being ranked above the Ivory Coast reflects confidence in the explosive potential of their young Premier League stars, giving La Tri the edge in their direct head-to-head battle. Third place, Ivory Coast. Despite possessing a squad of high-quality players, the Elephants often lack the necessary clinical edge at decisive moments. This third-place prediction reflects a scenario where, although they may cause significant trouble for the big teams, they are likely to fall short in the breathless race for points against Ecuador. Fourth place, Curacao. As newcomers with the lowest FIFA ranking in the group, Curacao is viewed as the underdog. While they bring an exciting new breeze to the tournament, the vast disparity in top-level experience makes it difficult for them to create an upset against the 3 remaining powerhouses. And that wraps up our full analysis and predictions. With the World Cup fast approaching, the excitement is truly undeniable. Now, I'm really curious to know, where are you watching this from and which nation are you rooting for? Do you agree with my predicted standings, or do you have a different take? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.